gauges? Did you see gauges?
No, we didn't see gauges.
That was in the rules. We had new gauges.
I didn't see any gauges from you yet.
He started to.
I started to, but I didn't see it.
There it is. It's on the screen.
Hit preview.
Let me fix it first. Work.
Just because I can't build that mic doesn't mean I don't know what a gauge is.
So while he's working, do you want to hit the interact button again?
It's pretty sexy.
It is.
The little button right there. In the PowerPoint mode.
Brian, can you take that data with you and use Interact?
You can, but as long as you have internet access to the SharePoint, or VPN access or whatever. Until then, I'm basically looking at static image. So when I hit the interact button at that point, that's when I actually get the connection to SharePoint. Now, SharePoint is taking the kind of proxy agent for me in this case.
Very good.
There we go. There's the gauge. Of course, I would format that. I would change the font, make it a little bigger, change some colors. I can also put some colors on the bottom.
The radio gauge.
For range indicators, so I get closer to my goal. So that takes a lot of time, and we only have 59 seconds left, so I won't be doing that today.
So make it not suck.
Yes, exactly. To make it not suck, I've got to spend another hour working on it. So, one services
I really like that.
Yes. Very, very true.
I'm sold.
Well, cool. So, 45 seconds left as well. Anything else you want to add in the last 5 seconds? That's usual.
Well, I can do pictures. There's lots of cool things we can do inside this. If I didn't have pictures in here, we can actually see images of our different products, of our individuals, our employees, or all of our people that are out there. Those will actually be right inside the report as well.
25 seconds.
All right, well, good. I think we're
Yeah. All right, cool. What do you guys think?
Look at pros and cons. They both have reasons to do. Even though mine was sexier, I think.
Yeah, so, we're trying to make this fun, we're trying to make it interactive, make it fun together. We want you to learn something through while you're here. So, the way he's doing it, definitely, it's the newer tools are out there, and self-service is definitely the way to go in the future for data sets now. But traditional still works for large data sets. We still have clients that are still using that because you've got terabyte-sized cubes or multiple terabyte-sized cubes.
And if you already have a data warehouse, Mike's step, the ETL kind of jumped over very quickly.
I made it quick.
Yeah. That was a hard step. That's like 90% of a data warehousing project. So that piece that he jumped over was like 90% of what he so here tomorrow.
We do 4-week engagements, and out of the 4 engagements, building a whole BI solution, I'd say 3 weeks of that is ETL and modeling and all that, and the last part is building reports on top of it.
Well, and we did a lot of interaction where it was Brian versus Mike, but the fact is, even if you have a traditional platform like this, where you have reports at scale, you can't work together with this and deal with self-service.
Yeah, so some of my tables could have come from a data warehouse that Mike already noted. So I take some of that and merge out to my Access database, for example, or my sales from my inventory from Oracle, for example, or whatever. So you kind of blend all the approaches together. There's not one right or wrong answer. Well, the judges will say what the right answer is probably.
Yes, and at this point in time, let's take it over to the judges.
One more comment, sorry, before I make that show. So, this was the rules said it had to be at
I like it when I get cut off.
heavy enterprise level, and this guy said he talked to him outside with Brad earlier, and he's got a terabyte-sized cube, so this won't work, so you're disqualified.
That doesn't mean you win. That just means he's disqualified.
Right.
Before we make our final decision, I'd like to hear your guys' input. So if you think Mike won this SmackDown, let me hear it. Bilbo?
So the nice thing about this reporting services is it takes a lot more time. You don't see the wrong episode, right?
Yes. The applicant control for the app, you know, make your report look like whatever you want.
No, wait,
Also,
no,
end users can't discriminate together.
We can't do that.
The other thing about this is also, if you have a CTO or an executive who still prints out his reports, this is a solution. You have one interact who has to use the reporting services. Yeah. But if you have a more exploratory kind of user, then Yes.
You know, I like to get paid by the hour. So my There's a lot of things, Mike. When you do it your way, it's so complex the client can never change it. But the absolute best, Mike, was you had pre-built it before you came in. So you took the work you did for the last client and got paid for
Judges. Me?
Yeah.
So after much careful deliberation, that was in no way predetermined. Oh yeah, John. Okay. So the winner today, we feel,
Right.
unanimously,
Wholeheartedly.
is Bobby.
So we saw two solutions here. Again, there's not a right or wrong answer here. It's both all and all the above. What kind of questions do you guys have? Questions do you have? Here. Yes.
I'm in self-service, like what kind of storage control or version control do you have?
Yeah, so the question was about the source control we can do inside. You saw me hop over to Visual Studio at one point, so I could bring that into Visual Studio. One of the nice things about SharePoint is you also, this is Visual Studio piece here, that of course will run in SharePoint. But the other thing that was nice about it is I could actually turn on like SharePoint workflows, so when somebody tries to check something in, it goes through a workflow and it's approved by the manager, and then so on, and then it finally goes in. The question over here as well?
Is the self-service BI compatible with Office 365?
Not yet. The question was, is it compatible with Office? How many of you guys are on Office 365 right now? Okay, so those that are from the business side, the SharePoint side, it's not yet, but it is coming very soon. Very soon. Very soon. Not NDA. Not NDA.
Do you only use that Power View thing on top of the solution you built, or can we use it on top of Mike's solution?
The question was, can we use Power View on top of Mike's solution? Inside of Excel 2013, I sure could. Hit the Power View button. For SharePoint, though, it does not work on mobile app yet, which is what Mike was building. He's building a cube called a mobile app cube, which is more traditional yet. However, the next version of SQL Saturday announced, that's not under NDA at least, that you will be able to do a Power View on top of that.
But in all honesty, most of the time you're going to have a data warehouse, so you're going to connect. If you have Power BI, great. You can build a data warehouse and you connect it and build Power BI right inside, especially with Office 2012 or 2013 now.
And I was gonna say, when it comes to data quality, which is the best way to go? So you have data quality issues.
Now, ETL for sure is a way to come down.
Yeah, so in my solution, it's like Wild Wild West, right? So if I have a data quality problem, I'm really going to have a data quality problem when the users are building their things.
Nothing will find bad data faster than a cube. You put data into a cube and try to process it, you get all sorts of errors and issues and things like that.
Question to that?
Ron, you have a customer that's at ground zero, they haven't started anything yet. Which way would you go?
Well, that's going to fill their needs. And so I would ask questions like, what kind of business questions do you have? How much data do you have?
How sophisticated
How sophisticated are your data sets? Just sources from all over the place? So we do AS400, DB2s, and all this crap everywhere. You can come together and we can design a data warehouse on top of that.
How large is it really?
And then that's the biggest question. How big is it? How big is your cube going to be?
Size doesn't matter.
And how fast is your data growing?
Yeah, exactly. How fast is your data growing? Which one?
Is there any difference between the two and so far as mobile access?
Oh, great question. So Microsoft made some announcements that all the stuff I was doing is going to be available on most mobile devices, including that one with the fruit on it. So the SharePoint site that we were in actually works on mobile access now. They have SharePoint flavors that when you go there, it's more mobile friendly. Have you tried mobile on SharePoint yet?
I have. So as long as you're not using performance point, you're fine.
Yes. What about Silverlight?
Anything Silverlight,
Yeah.
that's the problem.
Now, Mike, you built your traditional solution using the old multi-dimensional model. Now, can you talk to us a little bit about the newer stuff that you can do, still doing the traditional way, and how it would tie into the tabular model stuff?
So I can build the same thing, but in tabular model. Yeah. So inside of SQL Saturday 2012 now, you have It's actually single sort of data tools is what it's called, not bids anymore. And yeah, I had the option to build an actual traditional tab, or build a cube, but it's actually a tabular model.
And it's a little bit easier to develop using the tabular model?
Way easier. It looks, basically looks just like Power Query that you saw earlier with the.
Yeah, and that's what I'm in right now, is tabular. So as you see in Visual Studio here, I can go over to model and import more data from data source, just like I did in Excel, but I'm in a Visual Studio environment. And look at the data sources we have access to. We have access to things like, of course, Access, SQL Server, Oracle, DB2, Teradata. And you can also get data from reporting services right here, or have it recommend other data. So once you have some data set, you hit the recommend button. It'll say, oh, based on the data you already have, it looks like this other data might be interesting, and it also from the web. It's like census data, or
Once you get into Formix.
A couple of things you get when you do an actual business tabular model in single sort of data tools. You get security now. You can do role-based security in there, and you get partitioning. So you can actually build up and partition out your data.
if you say role-based security, you mean that you can see northeast data, I can see southeast data, and so on and so forth. What other question you guys have?
Well, now you're talking about security. How important you can create security in this tool right here, so the end user can mess up the data.
This tool?
This one.
So, it happened then, personnel. So, for security. From a security side. From a security side, so for the security side, Mike Systems, oh, that's what interesting. No? Mike Systems is more secure. It has, everything's on the server, all the data's on the server, it never leaves, never goes to the client hands, and you say that you can access US data, and you can access Europe data. Now I can do that on the Visual Studio solution you saw as well, so that's the option as well. Cool. Any questions, guys? Who's on the after party?
Where's the best place to go to learn more about these tools and how to use them?
Yeah, so.
Classes.
Look, we do have classes, but there's also some free webinars we do every Tuesday and Thursday. And there's about 300 of them in archives right now that you can go review. They're at pragmaticworks.com. And also PASS has a great session as well. PassOrg or pragmaticworks.com. Okay. And the user groups, of course, as well. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate your